The Jim and Terry Show. It's our fourth podcast.
November 6th.
We've tried to do, how many? Some of them we've had to redo. Yeah, we're tired.
Yeah, we are. But we're still here.
I'm swearing brain fog is a thing. I'm blaming COVID. Do you blame COVID? I don't know if I blame COVID, but is it age and stage? What the hell's going on with us?
Well, remember, some wise person said elderly just have a lot of files to file through. So eventually you get to it. Like 3 in the morning, all of a sudden you'll remember why your computer wouldn't work right. And then you come down at 3 in the morning to fix it and wonder why you're tired the next day.
You're talking about the data that we store in those great, ginormous brains of ours.
Yeah, the ginormous brain.
The ginormous brains of the Jim and Terry Show. Oh, well, there's overselling ourselves a little bit, I'm afraid.
What was it?
All right,
deep,
we were
deep
going to
thought?
We were going to talk about some things that are a little bit different. One of them is, I'm going to use the word Musk, and we can take it from there, spin it any which way you want, but I'm going to lead off with, I like SpaceX. I do not like X, formerly known as Twitter. So I'm going to compartmentalize that and say SpaceX, good, and X, the Twitterverse, bad.
Well, I don't know about X because I don't follow it, but if I just listened to you, I could understand why.
Remember, I packed my bags from X and migrated over to Blue Sky.
Yeah. So I don't know about that. Yes, I'm a SpaceX fan. Elon Musk is just another trillionaire like Bezos. They're all in the same boat as far as I'm concerned.
Well, he'd be the first trillionaire, wouldn't he?
Well, a billionaire I meant, but yeah, he may today become the first trillionaire.
We're talking about Tesla awarding him some kind of buyout. CEO
10 years,
package.
over 10 years, $1 trillion or something.
$1 trillion.
And that would make him the first trillionaire on Earth. Isn't that wonderful? And then he can go make another 10 babies with 10 different women. Because he believes in that. He believes in populating the world. Yeah.
All right, so let's do the
with the Aryan race. I'm guessing with the Aryan race.
Well, it'd be the South African race, and I don't know if his father has. If that's the gene pool, I'm not sure that's something.
His wives,
worthwhile.
any of them, any kids black, any kids Asian? I don't know.
But one Canadian in the mix that we know.
Well, there you go. Okay.
I forget the performer.
Well, if I was
Canadian
a woman
artist.
and I didn't have any morals, I'd go, come on, pregnate me. Here's how much you have to pay me a month to look after the kid.
It's completely transactional.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, that's nothing.
I'm going to talk about SpaceX and stick with the technology because I think they might beat, the Artemis program, which is to put people on the moon.
Yeah.
Depends on another space agency.
Well, Trump put his man in there.
Yes.
Right? Am I right?
Well, I think you're right. So
yeah, so Trump put his man in there, and now he's got a problem with SpaceX.
Yes.
Doesn't think they're going fast enough. I watched the program, maybe you sent it to me, I don't know, where they went all through the achievements of SpaceX, and I was blown away, just blown away at what they accomplished. This is you and I
who have followed SpaceX since its inception.
Yes, when they put the first toilet in.
I don't remember the toilet. I do remember the cupola, that plexiglass. I don't know. That's probably a stupid term for it.
Well, the plexiglass tent. I call it a tent.
Yeah, whatever it is, that clear plastic where he could go up and you could climb the ladder and look out into the universe.
Oh yeah.
And that was the first time they'd put that dome and overexposed it because it usually has a cap on it, but they let it go so that you could see it. Anyway, there's been so many marvelous developments, and all people see, and this is where my critique of the mainstream media would come in, is he just blew up another rocket.
Yeah. When they don't.
What kind of headline is that?
Well, they're not even trying.
No.
That's the sad thing. They're not even trying. Try a little bit and pay a little. Whatever happened to just reading up a bit before you do your stupid program to see what happened? Because the one that they said, he blew up another rocket, was the greatest success SpaceX has ever had.
All the boxes were checked.
Yeah, all the boxes were checked. And the only way to do it is, you can spend 25 years dreaming and talking about going to the moon, or you can spend 5 years and get there. And that's how Musk's
and get there
view
not
is.
Just once, but get there 1,000 times because you just designed a reusable rocket for the first time in human history.
Yeah, and then with the next 2 years, probably within the next 2 years, you're going to see marvelous things. Like even if he fails the attempt on the moon, there will be an attempt to land on the moon, which is going to be really interesting. And people go, "He just left the rocket there and polluted."
Okay, let's break it down into some measurable things. SpaceX does intend to orbit the moon in 2026. I don't know if people will descend to the surface until 2027. At least that's the way.
Even if it's 2028, you're looking at a ship that's 3/4 the size of the space station orbiting the Earth right now. It is huge. So in other words, 2 of those ships would dwarf the space station, and that's what you're sending people up in. It's just wonderful to think, and all the achievements, all the airlocks, everything's a gazillion times more, so that you can take 200 tons of product to the moon per ship. So it's amazing, and I believe he's going to do. I believe they're going to achieve it, but they had to go through certain things. All of these mishaps that people think are mishaps. Look what comes out of that. The unbelievable success.
Are you saying data matters?
Yeah, data matters.
Because even in failure, data matters.
It matters.
You collect the evidence and you move on.
And what I like about SpaceX too is those so-called failures all have cameras all over the place. They're letting us all watch
sensors,
it.
not just
they're
visual
letting
cameras.
us all watch it, and they try to say to educate the public, we are deliberately dumping this in the ocean because we want the future to not have to have anything dumped in the ocean.
Yes.
So they're doing that. Now they're even going better. They're blowing it up before it goes in the ocean, so that you ain't got a great big chunk of something sitting in the ocean. All the fuel's burned off. So they're doing way better than everybody else in those areas. So, yeah, I love it.
Now, have you followed some of the visions of what the lunar lander SpaceX style will look like and what they plan to do?
Yes, I have.
So it's pretty impressive to me that that's in the pipeline somewhere.
Yeah, two
and
airlocks.
How we get there and what it actually looks like when you do get there may not be anything like the diagrams and schematics that we're seeing right now. But it is a vision.
It is a vision, but the thing is what the program I saw was showing that it wasn't just a vision. All of these things that they're doing is designing as they see what went wrong.
Innovating,
and they're trying to make it as comfortable for humanity in these ships, which nobody else ever thought of. You know what I mean?
When you take a look at the Saturn,
there's
module,
not. You can't even.
You can't even get in the hatch.
You have to
I don't
pee.
know how those astronauts.
You have to pee in your pants. The SpaceX has washrooms. Even their capsule has a washroom.
And remember, you talked about airlocks, and I want to emphasize this because if SpaceX is the one doing the lunar landing, everything they have is compatible. The pods that go to the International Space Station now, that hatch and that framework is SpaceX designed. And everything forward, since that's already tested with, I don't know how many, over 10 missions now to the International Space Stations?
Oh, more than that. Well,
I don't know how many.
Well, human and cargo.
Tried, tested, and true is that system, and that's going to be a feature now on their docking system. Now, what about International Space Station being decommissioned? And, of course, SpaceX has now been tasked, I believe,
to push it out of orbit.
Push it down to burn up.
They just happen to be the best space outfit out there. That's simple as that.
Not just happen. That's all by design.
And then you've got a Trumpite now in NASA, I think this is the case, who's going to make things tough. So, fine. I believe if you make it too tough, SpaceX will just do it on their own. Screw you. You have your Artemis. We're trying to help you.
Yeah.
So we'll just do it ourselves. Why do they have to bother linking up to all this crap?
Well, this is their competing stories is Artemis, NASA versus SpaceX.
Yeah. And even refilling, they're saying, oh, what a problem. SpaceX doesn't look at it as a problem. They're saying we know the docking system. It's easier for us to figure out how to dock with ourselves than it is to dock with you.
Okay. Not just docking, which is attaching ship to ship, but the transfer of fuel.
Yeah.
I have heard they're using the system that already fuels them on the stage 0. That mechanism, they've got
That's
designed,
what they're going to do,
They're going to put that on the ship, and that's going to attach.
So that they know how that works.
Know how it
and
works.
the other thing is the last ship that went up, they did transfer fuel. And it worked. And it worked.
Transferring fuel
from the header.
The header tank.
Yeah.
Yes. So they got that part down. So all of these things, the header tank is necessary to pressurize for the reentry.
Yeah.
And that's what they're...
But they're going to use the same idea to be able to refuel the moon rocket.
Yeah. So
and don't forget, they're going to be able to send up 4 ships a day. in the same hour if they
gonna
want
be
to.
more than that.
But if they want to, in the same
Okay, Jim,
liftoff.
wrap it up.
4 ships.
Jim and Terry.
4 ships.
Signing off. 4 ships. Bye-bye.
Did I